This is an Intergas Eco 36RF combi boiler. It's run 2,500 hours since it was installed. This is the first time it's been opened up. As you can see, there's virtually no deposits on the heat exchanger. The controls on this boiler are Evo Home over an open therm bridge, running at a very low maximum flow temperature of 55 degrees. As you can see here, the condensate trap has hardly any deposits in it either. Before reassembling the boiler, we use some of this ceramic grease on the bolt flanges to prevent the clicking noise that sometimes occurs. I find it easiest to actually apply the grease to the flange on the heat exchanger rather than on the bolts, but you can put it on the bolt flange if you prefer. Once all the bolts have been greased, all the flanges greased, just put all the bolts in, do them up with your T-bar. Until they just start to grip. We finish them off with a torque wrench, but it's quicker to put them on in the first instance with a T-bar. To ensure all the bolts are done up to correct torque, we use a torque wrench set to 10.5 Newton meters, and this part, the homemade part, is just an Intergas T-bar which has been cut off and brazed into a 6mm socket to enable it to fit onto the torque wrench. And it's just a simple matter of going round and torquing up the bolts. It's not easy to do holding the phone in one hand. And just repeat for all the bolts. Once all the bolts are in, torqued up and double checked, then it's just a matter of reassembling the boiler. Flue collector, then the gas valve. So the gas valve's in. Tighten up the nuts. And then when we fire the boiler up, we'll put some bubble fluid on the gas unions just to check they're tight. Don't forget to reconnect the fan. And that's our boiler back together, ready to fire up and test. So we turn the gas on, turn the power back on at the fuse spurt, and we can see our pressure needs a slight top up. So we'll do that. Let's see our pressure now up to 0.9. We turn the boiler on. And there we go, we have ignition. So now we'll put the boiler into test mode and do our FGA checks. So first of all we check on high and then low. You see at the moment it's doing low. Change to high, spanner, plus, big H, back to low, spanner and minus. Once they're all done, finished our checks, plus and minus together, cancels to the maintenance mode, and the boiler goes back to running under the control of the Evo Home. All it's left to do now is to put the cover on, and that's job done. And fill in the benchmark, obviously. One thing some people probably don't realise is the screws on the cover are not posi drive screws. They are actually a Phillips screw, and there is a difference. Posi drive screwdriver won't quite fit in them. It is actually a number 2 Phillips that you need. If you haven't got a number 2 Phillips, a number 1 posi drive will actually do the job better than a number 2 posi drive. And we've remembered to put the test point cap back on. That's it, job done. That's our FGA readings on high fire, big H. And that's on low.